And what's happening, everybody? John Coffee here to do a quick review. Taking a break from a bit of the spaghetti western reviews I've been doing as lately, although I'm watching one now for the Apocalypse that I'll probably be reviewing sometime very soon. To review a spaghetti war film, I guess you could call it. And it's Enzo Castellari's The Inglorious Bastards, which is probably mostly known for now because Quentin Tarantino did a, and I say this with quotation marks in the air, remake of it, even though his film has pretty much nothing to do with this movie at all other than the name. It stars Buzz Vincent and Fred Williamson, one of my favorite actors, as you can probably tell by my name on here, the Hammer 56, Fred the Hammer Williamson. And the film is about a group of war criminals who are all been arrested for various things: murder, thievery, cowardliness, all kinds of different things. And during their transportation to the court-martial, their convoy is attacked by Nazis. Because this takes place during World War II, and they're attacked by Nazis, thus allowing the bastards, as they're termed, able to escape, and thus beginning their journey. And they do quite a few things, but it leads up to them. Unbeknownst to them, they run into what they think is a group of Nazis that they kill, but it was not a group of Nazis. It was a group of Americans disguised as Nazis that were coming into Germany. Is it Germany or France? Hold on a second, let me look here. Hold on just a second. Yes, I think France. No, it's in France. Yeah, France. Excuse me. They're in France. And they kill these Americans dressed as Nazis, and they decide that because they've screwed this big mission up by killing these Americans, that they will take over and do the mission if they are pardoned of their crimes and allowed to go their own separate ways. And then the big mission being involved in the train. Saw this film way before I saw Tarantino's Inglorious Bastards. I saw it as soon as the Severin put out the Blu-ray, which this is not the big Blu-ray edition. This is just like the re-release I picked up at Best Buy for like $5-10. And I'm a huge fan of Enzo Castellari, and he's one of those directors I think a lot of people put down because through his career he has done some questionable movies, but around this time he was just hammering out great film after great film, and this is just one of those movies that he did around that time that was just phenomenal. It's such an entertaining, fun film with a great cast. I mean, your two main characters, of course, here on the cover here, Buzz Vincent and Fred Williamson, both do phenomenal jobs, but there's some of the undercast too, the other bastards, that are just as good. Excuse me. And I can't really remember their names and stuff right now, but I know you have Tony, who was a murderer. He's phenomenal. He's in the group, and he's just this. Even though he's one of the good guys, because none of these people are actually good guys, he's just this conniving, scummy dude. At the same time, you have to root for him because he's part of the group. And then there's Burley, can't pronounce his name. And he's like a coward that he's trying to overcome his fearfulness. And I can never remember the Hispanic guy's name, but he's really good. He's a thief, and he's hilarious. And then along the way, they meet up with a German named Adolf, who is really good as well. It's just a great ensemble cast on a mission movie, and it's very fun. My favorite thing in the film is just the interaction of the group, where they're friends with each other at the same time. They don't necessarily trust each other. Like Fred Williamson and Buzz Vincent are very close, and they trust each other, and they're trying to hold this group together. But the underlings, like Tony, they're never quite sure like their place together because they're all war criminals. And that's one thing I love about this movie. It's you know, I think the tagline on it's like, they'll do everything that Dirty Dozen did dirtier. And like that's the perfect way to like describe this film is because they're not heroes. The only reason they're doing this mission is to get pardoned. They're not in it to be war heroes. That's what I love. Like there's a great line anyways where like he's like, we need to do this mission, and Tony's just like well, it's not our place. Why do we care? Such a cool aspect and such a really creative way to depict World War II. I mean, like, and that's where, you know, you talk about Tarantino's Inglorious Bastards, which I think I will do a review on here soon to kind of compare and contrast the two films. You know, the bastards in Tarantino's film are heroes. You know, Aldo Rain, Donnie Darchowitz, Hugo Stoltz. You know, these guys are, though their tactics are brutal, they're heroes. And the Inglorious Bastards in this film are not that, you know. They're not here for glory. If anything, I mean, they were going to be court-martialed. Some of them probably shot or hung or whatever they did during World War II, you know. Enzo Castellari, once again, his directing is on point. The movie looks great. And the Blu-ray is not bad at all. Like, I would actually really recommend this Blu-ray. Pretty good Blu-ray. Like, for a low-budget Italian film, it looks good. It's got good special features on it too, which actually has an interview of Enzo Castellari done by Quentin Tarantino, which is very fascinating. And it's got a documentary, The Train Keeps Rolling, Back to the War Zone, Inglorious Reunion, Enzo's 70th birthday celebration, and audio commentary with Enzo Castellari and the theatrical trailer. So the Blu-ray is very much worth picking up. There's a bigger edition of this that comes with like the soundtrack too. Pause this real quick, guys. Alright, I'm back. No emergency, just my dad. Yeah, now where was I on this thing? Yeah, good Blu-ray. Actually, really good Blu-ray. And the movie's a lot of fun. Like, I don't really know what else to say about it. The ending mission of the train is really cool. Although the train, you can kind of tell, is a miniature at one point. But that kind of adds to the fun of it. Really, yeah, I don't really know what to say about it. Other than it's just fun. Fun little action film. And, oh, I remember I was talking about, there's a bigger edition of this that comes, I think it's like a 2-disc edition with a soundtrack that comes with it. The soundtrack of this movie, pretty good. Like, I really should have looked up who did it. Music by Francesco De Masi. I don't think I know him. But the soundtrack is really cool. It's a very time-oriented soundtrack that sounds like a 70s war film. But yeah, I mean, like, check this movie out. If you're a fan of the Tarantino film, check it out. And if you're not a fan of the Tarantino film, check it out. Because, like, oh, excuse me again. It's just an entertaining film, and it's a favorite of mine. And it's hard to describe because, like, I actually recently started writing a script. My dream has always been to make movies, and I'm actually now setting out a goal to write this script and make a movie. And this has been a big influence on my film because I love its take on war, where these people aren't heroes, you know. And I'm like, not everybody that goes to war is a good person, you know. I watched it, and another big influence on the script was like I watched a documentary, one of the Gangland episodes that took place gangs in the military. And I derived my name for my script from Inglorious Bastards. The script is going to be called Bastards in the Sun. So yeah, I mean, not to plug my own stuff as long as all. I just wanted to say how much this movie has really inspired me. Like, I watched it within the last 2 days again, and just like, I need to start writing. I'm not making a war movie at all. I mean, Lord knows I haven't got the dough to do that. I'm a broke man. So yeah, Inglorious Bastards, awesome film. Grab it. Grab any edition of it you can get your hands on. It's worth watching. And I think I'm going to rewatch Tarantino's Inglorious Bastards and do a review of it as well. And kind of compare them a little bit. You know, even though I said, like I said, other than the name and the setting, the two movies have nothing in common. Yeah. One of my favorite actors of all time. I covered him up on accident. Fred the Hammer Williamson. I hope to one day to get to meet that man and get him to sign Inglorious Bastards. And now you know Now the mystery of where my name on YouTube has come from. It's the Hammer 56, Fred the Hammer Williamson. So yeah, about to pop over here and watch For the Apocalypse. So that review will be coming soon. I hope this review was informative. I'm a little groggy. Brain ain't working real well, but I hope I was informative enough to say go pick up Inglorious Bastards and check it out. Well worth your time. So I'm John, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.